You know the rollout is so bad when you have to explain the rollout for everybody else. This is insane, man, because we know that when this came out, all of the fans that stick with Drake through thick and thin, they realized that this wasn't what they wanted. They were very disappointed in this rollout. And Drake is so bothered by it, he has to explain the rollout himself through this complex interview. But not only explain the rollout, but also throw subliminals within the interview. And that's what we're really going to focus on today, because this is just ridiculous at this point. Do you really think that you explaining the rollout is going to make it any better or make people feel like they should go back and watch it? Kai Cenat said that this performance was lackluster, to say the least, as well as the fans that are always sticking their neck out for you. There is no way that you coming out here to explain it is going to do any better. And we're going to get to this part of the article, right? This is where he starts to explain why he did the YouTube format, why he decided to do live streams, and what he said in the middle of this. Reading between the lines here, he says, so when it came to the rollout of his ninth studio album, Iceman, he wanted to try something new, a series of theatrical live streams on YouTube where he could debut new singles and build up a storyline around the project before it drops. I have been trying for a challenge, he says. The game is extremely calm seas right now. Nobody is rocking any boat on the water. And so once we discussed the live stream rollout, it just sounded like the perfect mix of risk and reward for me. Well, if Drake is a gambling guy and you're going for high risk, high reward, you definitely lost that bet for sure. The Drake curse still continues to live on within this one, because there was no way anybody was rocking with this. Like I said, his own fans were disappointed. And I think it goes back to the imagery that he was using, the subliminals that he was using. I mean, let's just be real, bro. Let's just be real for a second. Imagery, subliminals, cryptic messaging, that's not Drake's style. He was getting upset because he was tired of the photo cover magazine, silly interview, and then dropping the album. But let's just be real for a second. You've never been the type of artist that would present something cryptic that people would have to decipher and break down. That has never been your lane. And it's harder to do that in a live stream where you have to entertain people for minutes and hours in advance. You would go live for an hour, 2 hours, 45 minutes. And what would happen? Absolutely nothing. People would have to wait, and feel the patience dragging and dragging and dragging, and nothing would ever happen. Another thing that was a problem with what he said in this article right here is that he says that the game is extremely calm, and that nobody is rocking the boat. Rocking the boat. Did you forget who rocked you? Did you forget who beat you in the battle? Because Kendrick Lamar is the person that has been taking the whole world by storm. So if you're talking about rocking the seas, you got to talk about Kendrick Lamar. It's also the reason why I think you're doing what you're doing. This is the reason why I think he was doing these whole cryptic messages in his videos in the first place. This is more Kendrick's style. This is more Kendrick's lane. It actually reminds me of GNX when Kendrick was describing how to be like Kendrick for Dummies in the Squabble Up music video. When he's reading the book and the title says that, it makes me feel like Drake took a page right out of the book and he's trying to copy what Kendrick is known for. And then you're saying that nobody is making noise, nobody is rocking the seas. You got to be kidding me, man. I think this is just you trying to take a shot while trying to be humble about your work. There is no way that somebody is reading this and thinking that you're not talking about anybody in particular or trying to shade anybody in particular. However, this is completely false, because Kendrick just broke the record for most gross sales in a tour, stadiums, all that. Check the paperwork. It's right there. But it doesn't stop here. He continues to say things. He continues to talk about certain things that happen in the live stream. One thing that I will say that he said was funny, and I thought funny as well, was when a fan had approached him. Drake was mostly showered with words of adoration from his hometown of fans, but there was one attention seeker who shouted out, "You're a B." From the street, Drake responded with some banter, firing back, "So what's up then, big dog? Don't look away now. Don't look away now." We all know the clip that they're talking about. He says that he brings the moment up when I ask about the funniest thing that happened on stream so far, responding, "Probably when this random tall white guy said that I was a B word when I was driving, and then I just literally turned up midstream. I wouldn't even say I broke character because that's some Iceman-ish. I guess you can't just page me while I'm driving around spreading good vibrations," he adds with an LOL. He started moving quick after that. No more talking. Well, it's funny that he says that he started moving quick because nobody had saw that. After he got approached during that situation, nothing happened. The live stream actually cut off. and nothing happened after that. So it's funny how he's saying that the guy ran away when there's no video of the guy running away. They didn't even show a video of the guy talking smack. You only hear him from the distance. So him trying to act like he like pressed this guy or confronted this guy is completely ridiculous. He was driving a truck mid traffic. There was no way that he was going to get out and try to talk down on this guy at all. But I just thought that was funny to point out. Another thing that I saw here that was real interesting was this other persona that he was trying to put on during his whole establishment of Iceman. I talked about it in a recent theory. He was comparing himself to Iceman, the infamous mobster who was known for all of his evil deeds. He says that I watch a lot of documentaries, a lot of them having to do with true crime, criminal minds, all that type of stuff. I watch those type of documentaries a lot. And as you get invested, you start to try to solve things before you even know where it's headed or where the answers are. Drake says it's like this sleuth energy. What did I learn? What did I miss? No pun intended. He says, laughing. But yeah, it's a crazy to see people make 3 to 2 to 4 hour videos on their thoughts and building conspiracies. It's interactive content, and that adds such desirable element, more so than a music video with cars and things. Not that those aren't lovely sometimes. Also, seems like he's just copying me at this point. I'm just playing, bro. We keep it a legend, but yeah, it does seem like this is adding on to the Iceman theory, where he's trying to compare himself to the Iceman mobster from back in the day that was charged for all these heinous crimes. Another thing that people were pointing out in this interview was what he had talked about on a separate sheet right here. He says right here, I think I am always capable of recognizing when things are shifting and not being weirdly affected by it, not being jealous, not being thirsty, just finding out how I shine light or coexist or make it a part of our ecosystem. He says, with this, I just would study IRL streams versus the stagnant bedroom cam streams. And I feel like IRL just had so much unpredictable energy and movement. And we just started asking crazy questions like, how high can the quality get? How many cameras can we get to go live at once? 12, 13, 14? Can we get a drone shot to go live? We just started getting unhinged with the request because we wanted to push it as far as possible. And the interesting part is him saying that he's not being jealous, knowing that there's a shift in the industry, knowing that there is a shift. And you think about it, right? What shift are you talking about? The shift in music, the shift in popularity. Is your popularity going down and is Kendrick Lamar's going up? And then you have to back it up after saying this by saying that you're not jealous, not trying to be thirsty, but also trying to get the most well-established live stream to make this go successful and then still flop. Seems to me that you're trying to keep up with the times, trying to be something that you're not. Because honestly, bro, Drake is not known for this type of stuff, right? A lot of his fans were mad about it because he is not known for this type of stuff. So for the fact that you try to put on this persona, like you're not jealous of anything, that you're not upset about anything, and that you're trying to be unbothered is completely obvious to tell that this is just a front. There is no way that anybody would believe that you don't feel affected by any of this. It doesn't make sense how they're asking you how you decided to stream and how you wanted people to coexist in your world. And then you start off by saying that you're capable to realize that things are shifting, not being specific on what is shifting. If you're talking about the way that media is, I really don't think this is the case. I think you're really talking about how things have shifted for you when it comes to popularity, public opinion, the way that you're grasping people's attention, the way that people are looking at you now, seeing others be successful, other people being in the limelight, and trying to say that you're not jealous, trying to say that you're not thirsty, makes me feel like this is your way of trying to say that you're unbothered. Again, I don't think that you're trying to talk about the cameras or the streaming situation. I think you're talking about how you are realizing there's a shift with the way that the audience is looking at you and the way that the people are catering to you. To be honest, I thought that after the situations that happened with his album getting leaked and all these other things about Iceman getting treated after episode 3, that he wasn't going to put it out. He was supposed to drop it in the summer. We're already going into the next year. We're almost 2 months from January, and we still haven't gotten the album. I don't think we will get the album. If we don't get it in December and we end up getting it in January, to be honest, it's already lost a lot of momentum. I don't think you doing an interview with Complex is going to benefit you at all. I don't think that this is going to help you one bit. Unfortunately, I feel like this is a situation where you put yourself in a predicament where you have to try to see yourself get out of. If people weren't rocking with it, let me explain it. You already messed up being cryptic and then trying to explain the mystery. That's not what it's about. You're supposed to let your fans do it. But you know you messed up because your fans aren't able to do that. You know what I mean? And the ones that are able to do it were upset because they were let down. because you promised something greater. You promised something better, not just staring at the screen all day, hearing some elevator music, waiting for something to happen. Anyways, this is just my take on it for the time being. Y'all can tell me how you feel about this. The article is longer than what I just read. He also confirmed the theory about him comparing himself to the mobster Iceman that was convicted for a whole bunch of heinous crimes. I had talked about that in another theory where he compares himself to that man, including with the UMG paperwork where they had threw like a little jab in there. If you want to check out the video, it'll be somewhere here in the title or in next to the video. But y'all can tell me how you feel about this and get back to me, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video, man. Peace. Keep it a legend.